Caloroga Shark Media.
Hello, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. John Mulaney was your host of Saturday Night Live. The episode, okay, I got some thoughts. I thought John Mulaney was coasting on reputation during a not funny monologue. Stunningly not funny. Also, an interesting choice to be doing race-based humor given the recent news cycle. John, read the room. He got a free pass on it because it was a pretty much openly Democratic Saturday Night Live, but apparently it's okay to get up and do jokes about Asians. I'm just saying. During the beginning of the set, Mulaney poked fun at the fact that having a 5-week-old daughter and a 2-year-old son, along with a Chinese and Vietnamese wife and mother-in-law, as well as a Filipino maid, has ensured that he spends most of his time looking down at people. But the big news was a surprise appearance by Kamala Harris, who appeared in the cold open. They redid the mirror sketch. They've done this before. Mick Jagger one time did the mirror sketch with Jimmy Fallon. Donald Trump has done the mirror sketch. This time it was actual Kamala Harris being in the mirror of Maya Rudolph's Kamala Harris. Some people quite unfairly have accused Harris of ripping off Trump in the bit, but it is not a bit that they've never done before, so I don't think that's fair. The opening sketch I thought was flat. Dana Carvey's Biden, it was fun the first time, but it's one joke and he's doing it every single week. Very much diminishing returns. Jim Gaffigan's Tim Walz is excellent, but we have this whole ensemble cast there. Nobody else can do a Tim Walz, and I think, again, Jim's is wonderful, but what is Saturday Night Live now? People pointed out the opening sketch only had one actual cast member, Bowen Yang as J.D. Vance, and everybody else is doing cameos. What are we doing? I personally didn't find the Kamala thing funny. Moving on to the news, Colin Jost joked, next week America will decide if the next president is Kamala Harris or if everybody at SNL will get audited. Another joke from Jost at a rally. Trump said he would protect women whether the women like it or not. For example, he's going to make everyone who is in danger to women wear an orange vest. That was a good joke. This is particularly interesting. The FCC commissioner claimed that the Harris appearance violated the equal time rule. Stay with me because I've got a twist at the end of the story. Commissioner Brendan Carr tweeted, "This is a clear and blatant effort to evade the FCC's equal time rule. The purpose of the rule is to avoid exactly this type of biased and partisan conduct, a licensed broadcaster using the public airwaves to exert its influence for one candidate on the eve of election, unless the broadcaster offered equal time to other qualifying campaigns." So the key there is public airwaves, this being on NBC over the air. It's a little different than cable TV. I teach a college class on this. The short version is bandwidth is limited and assigned by the government. So, for example, over the air, WNBC New York, that's the public airwaves, whereas HBO is not the public airwaves. WHTZ 100.3 FM Newark, commonly known as Z100, those are public airwaves. However, the iHeartRadio app where you would get Z100, not the public airwaves. Commissioner Carr was appointed to the FCC by Donald Trump in 2017. Forbes says Carr is also credited as the author of a section in Project 2025. Not going to go there today. But here's the twist that I told you to stick around for. Lorne Michaels told The Hollywood Reporter, "You can't bring the actual people who are running on because of election laws and the equal time provisions. You can't have the main candidates without having all the candidates. And there are lots of minor candidates that are only on the ballot in 3 states, and that becomes really complicated. It is unclear if NBC reached out to Trump or those minor candidates." That's interesting. Perhaps they ran some sort of stop sign. I'm not an expert in this particular equal time ruling, but if they did, seems like Lauren knows that they did. Next week's host will be Bill Burr. Interesting. That means Dave Chappelle will not host the post-election episode for the first time in a minute. Hulu is not messing around. Now they've lined up Andrew Santino for Hilarious. Hey, Hulu publicist, get back to me, man. What are you doing? I wrote you a nice note. Andrew Santino's Comedy Hour will be executive produced by Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions. Hilarious now is Santino, Burr, DeStefano, Gaffigan, Alana Glazer, Jessica Kirson, Mateo Lane, Sebastian Maniscalco, Atsuko Otkatsuka, and Roy Wood Jr. They have not announced a date for Santino, but Hilarious kicks off on November 22nd. I believe Gaffigan is first up, if I remember correctly. Meanwhile, my former coworker Jamie Foxx, his special is called What Had Happened Was. It will premiere on Netflix on December 10th. Jamie will discuss the medical emergency that left him hospitalized and fighting for his life last year. As I've mentioned before, having spent some time with Foxx, I've been at parties with Foxx. I've been to his Super Bowl party. I've been at his parties in Miami. Not saying we're best friends, but I've been around the guy. To me, that they weren't able to prop him up in a chair and some sunglasses and have him flash a smile and be like, hey, what's up? That they couldn't even get one Instagram photo out. I was very, very worried about the man. So I'm looking forward to see what he has to say. Comic Relief US announced Comic Relief Live, a star-studded gala on December 9th at Lincoln Center in New York City. The event will honor Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, and Robin Williams with the first ever Icon Award for their deep commitment and passionate work bringing comic relief to households around the nation. If you're younger, Comic Relief was on HBO for many years, an all-star night of comedy. It was always one of the highlights of the calendar. Comic Relief Live will feature performances by Tim Meadows, Phoebe Robinson, Alex Edelman, Matt Friend, and the Middle Aged Dad Jam Band, which features David Wayne and Ken Marino. More names to be announced. Darcy and Jer, remember them? I had them on the show 2 years ago. They were pretty cool. They've announced a North American tour in 2025, along with a new comedy album featuring all new material. The couple's Average at Best tour blends their quick-witted banter and observations about marriage, family, and everything in between. That's the tour. As for the special, Darcy and Jer, No Refunds, out today. The special captures the best of their comedy as they tackle topics ranging from mental health to the ridiculousness of modern life. Tim Walz will be on Colbert tonight. Walz recorded the interview Thursday in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Hannibal Buress spoke to AL.com about his time on Saturday Night Live, which I don't know if you know, turns 50 this year. I forgot that Hannibal had written for SNL. Hey, Hannibal, what was something you took from your short experience writing for SNL? Hannibal said, seeing stuff happen fast, you know what I mean? Because there's a deadline. You're working towards a live show that Saturday. So things come together fast, man. You see people come up with a sketch and then do the read-through and then do the punch-up. And if it's a recorded sketch, you're shooting some stuff on Friday or Thursday. Even on the day of, there's the dress rehearsal and then there's the main show. So there's some stuff cut and there's a production meeting in between. So everybody's kind of firing at full speed. I think being around that just taught me how you can create things fast and move fast, and it was getting things done. Also on TV tonight, the SNL election special. 10 o'clock on your NBC. In the special, a tribute to all the political parodies over the years. Chris Rock will write and direct a new film. Misty Green follows Misty, who is an undeniably talented actress, but her vices have derailed every attempt to revitalize her career. Her best opportunity in ages arrives in the form of Jordan, played by Chris Rock, a film director with the perfect role for her, were it not for their contentious past. And sad news, Scottish comedian Jeannie Godley has passed away at the age of 63. She had been receiving palliative care after living a number of years with ovarian cancer. You may recall I've shared her story recently. She was doing a tour called Why Is She Still Here? And she had to cancel it in September when the doctors were like, yeah. Her daughter Ashley posted on social media, I wanted to tell you face to face because it felt very much what she would have wanted. She went peacefully, and I want to say a big thank you to all the staff at the Prince and Princess of Wales Hospice. Thank you so much for being there and for making a very scary moment peaceful and a nice transition. Godley revealed she had ovarian cancer in November of 2021. She was given the all clear in 2022, but a later scan discovered signs of the disease again. Buckle up. Big day tomorrow. Don't forget to vote. See you tomorrow.